Good afternoon, educators. I'm Alyssa Rohr, and today I'm excited to share how digital storytelling can transform learning by giving students voice, ownership, and connection. Digital storytelling turns students into active creators using images, video, audio, and text to share their ideas. These short 2 to 5 minute stories are easy to integrate and work across content areas and grade levels. It boosts engagement and motivation by letting students personalize their learning. They're flexible for all classrooms. It supports diverse learners, encourages creativity, and builds skills that are still essential and relevant today, like digital literacy, collaboration, creativity, and communication. It also allows for culturally responsive teaching. And most of all, the reason I wanted to learn more about it, it makes learning personal, meaningful, and fun. I always say if your students aren't having fun, it's not going to be information they're going to retain. Students scored better in English and storytelling performances compared to the controlled group. The control group was taught using traditional teaching methods, and the process fostered creativity, confidence, and student voice. For educators, CT adds structure and clarity, helping students engage deeply while building future-ready skills. Now let's look at another study that looked at peer assessment. Peer assessment enhances digital storytelling. In a recent study, students who evaluated each other's digital stories made significant gains in information literacy, self-efficacy, and critical thinking. Although the one thing to note in here is the control group still used digital storytelling, but they received teacher feedback. The motivation between both of them had no significant difference, just they had higher motivation to do digital storytelling project. With clear rubrics, students reflected on content, creativity, and media use, giving and receiving feedback that improved their work. This process turned the teacher into a facilitator and the classroom into a collaborative learning space where students took more ownership of their growth. Digital storytelling supports universal design for learning by offering engagement through creativity and choice, representation through multimedia content, and expression through flexible ways to show learning. It's inclusive, student-centered, and it honors diverse strengths. Let's look at how engagement, enhancement, and extension work together in digital storytelling. Through the EEE framework, it engages students through interest drives learning. It enhances through critical thinking, replacing rote memorization, and it extends by building transferable skills like digital fluency and collaboration. To support all learners, we differentiate with templates, scaffolds, and peer support. Computational thinking breaks learning into manageable steps, while digital storytelling appeals to visual, auditory, and kinesthetic styles, making content accessible to everyone. Digital storytelling contextualizes learning through narrative. Adding computational thinking promotes logic and creativity. Peer feedback builds reflection and collaboration. With scaffolded supports, all students can access content in ways that work for them. Digital storytelling, computational thinking, and peer assessment supports the standards by encouraging application, critical thinking, and lifelong learning habits. They also align with UDL and EEE, helping us create classrooms where students don't just learn, they connect, create, and grow. Here are those two sources and studies that I talked about earlier. And I thank you. I now invite the panel to engage in discussion on digital storytelling.